Got to. Okay, hold on. Doke. Okay, any second now. I should be able to hear the amazing sound of applause from the audience, which will let me know that I can probably start. Let's see how that goes. Anybody can hear me, see me? Yep, Wada, I am streaming according to schedule. Pretty much the only one using the schedule these days, but yeah, definitely am. Wada, can you hear me? Raptor, can you hear me, see me, anything? Beep boop. Hey, Raptor, okay. So I'm assuming can hear game audio, good. Anyway, okay. You deal with your chat problem. Awesome, Agrest. Okay, let's see where we were last time. If I remember correctly, I don't know how long the stream will be today, because I'm a bit sick. Basically, so we entered the door number 7 or 8, I don't remember. But okay, so we entered the door. We had our second decision of like which door to enter. I don't remember which number it was. This can be a P and Venom was like, I'm not streaming right now. Yeah, Wada, sounds like some weird lag. I'm also streaming from my girlfriend's apartment, and her roommate is here, so this is gonna be weird with all the voices. Yeah, so basically went in with the two most annoying voices in the game, which is Lotus, who's voiced as Fran Drescher, was a total asshole last time, and Clover. Yeah, might tone down Clover a bit for today, but we'll see. Okay, so let's get. So we entered the second door. Her sarcasm seemed a little more biting than was perhaps necessary, but she sighed and started after the younger girl. Yeah, that's after we activated the dead, where none of us was gonna blow up. After taking a moment to catch his breath, Junpei followed. Here we go to the new room. The hallway made a number of turns before at last coming to a dead end. Set into the wall on the left side was a large iron door. For a few minutes they stood in front of the door, examining it. Ooh. Above the door was a plate with the word laboratory engraved on it. A laboratory, huh? That doesn't sound very pleasant. I don't like the look of this place. Me either, but there aren't any other doors. It's not like we have a lot of choices. Junpei. Huh? Please, you first. Can you hear me properly? Because I'm trying not to yell like usually, because I don't want to scare the crap out of anyone here. Junpei suspected her politeness was motivated by something other than respect. Junpei muttered to himself and pushed open the iron door. Can you hear me fine? Okay. That's all I need. Just need Wada to hear me. His first steps inside were tentative and careful, but as he examined the room, it became clear that there was no imminent danger. Lotus followed him, and Clover brought up the rear. The room they found themselves in was divided into two separate areas by a curved wall. A thick glass window built into that wall made it possible to see into the other side of the division. 584. Nice memory. I guess so, Wada. I don't remember, but yeah, it makes sense. Junpei walked to the window. and looked through. I don't remember if you played this game. I did save state before entering before choosing the door. So we can go back and do other endings if you want. Look through the window, and look through. What the hell? He wasn't sure what else to say. At the center of a room, shaped like a quarter circle, a mannequin lay at what looked like a medical exam table. That looks so creepy. Junpei jumped a little. He hadn't noticed Lotus come up next to him. You don't think that thing is going to suddenly sit up or something, do you? We don't want to explain shit and how this game works, but you need to finish your current run. Yeah, I guess so, Wada. No, I know people told me about that for the true ending I need to replay the game again. But still, if I want to do the alternative endings and not just the true ending, the canon ending, I could just skip it over there, to the save states. Well, I don't know. I mean, look at all these cables sticking out of it. If we press the wrong button, I don't know. Stop it! Just thinking about it is terrifying. She was gripping her arms, knuckles on her hands white. It was then that Junpei noticed Clover. She was still standing near the entrance of the room. Her face had the appearance of calm, but it was drawn and somehow sad. There was something almost pitiful about her. Junpei walked over to her and, as kindly as he could, spoke. Are you okay? Clover looked away. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, this is the best I can do right now without screaming through the whole apartment building. What? I'm just worried about you. You've been real quiet. What? I can't be quiet if I want to? Well, I mean, of course you can, Okay then, if I can be quiet if I want, just leave me alone, okay? Come on, you know I can't do that. We gotta work together. Clover bit her lip and was silent for a moment, then suddenly, Junpei! You just don't get it! That's a better voice now? Okay, I'll try to remember it. Her cry took Junpei by surprise and he stumbled back a few steps, alarmed. My brother's not the kind of person who just leave me behind! Doesn't tickle your toes? Don't I want it to tickle your toes though, Raptor? Something happened to him. Something bad. Who's of the North, you didn't miss anything. We just walked in this room. And it's some sort of lab, that's all we know. Girlfriend walks in, you're making weird girl voices for a white supremacist, several trolls, and other random internet people. No good look. No, I warned her. It's more the roommate that might be alarmed about this. But Junpei had nothing to say. Lotus, jolted from her mannequin nightmares by Clover's voice, turned towards them. Yeah, girls love that, Wada. What happened? Clover's eyes slid to Lotus, then back to Junpei. Look! Just don't bother me, okay? Leave me alone! Finished, she turned around. She's gonna get weird in here. You're probably better off heading to the store. I wish. Oh, I wish. Yeah, Moose. Because because I'm kind of sick, and because I'm not at my place. There are other people in this apartment. I can't yell like I usually do. So this is a toned down version. So I don't know if you guys like that better or not. Anyway, that's what I got right now. Before Junpei or Lotus could say anything, Clover had begun to walk quickly away. Hey! Wait, Clover! Hold on! Thanks, Moose. He might as well have been talking to a wall, for all the notice she took of his cries. Why, those people on stream? I don't think they'll be into that, Bats. But also, hey. Not even slowing down, she made for a doorway cut in the wall. She made for a doorway cut in the wall in front of her. Without even slowing down, she passed through the doorway. Oh. Oh, she's fucked. So the reference SSH on here. Yeah, I'm just a walking advertisement for SSH, aren't I? Bats. And without warning, an iron gate fell from the ceiling like a porculus, sealing Clover in. What the heck? What's going on here? Clover grabbed a hold of the iron bars and shook them as hard as she could. Hang on. I'll get it open. Junpei grabbed the bars and pulled. In a moment, Lotus joined him. The three of them pulled as hard as they could, but... Yeah, I think it's supposed to be spelled differently, but it's like porculus is one of those things in like medieval castles. Ah! Grrr. Damn it! It's not moving. Wait! Are you just gonna give up? Just like that? No, I'm not giving up. This has gotta be another one of Zero's puzzles. If it is, then there's gotta be a way to open it. Junpei nodded. Just what I was thinking. No, all we gotta do is find it. No, not a porticus, portculus or something, I think it's called. Maybe there's an I instead of a U or something in there, I'm not sure. Just Google it. Lotus and I can look around here. Clover, you're gonna have to see if you can find anything in there. Yeah, what I thought. That's what I thought. Ah! Yes! I'm on it! I must seek a way out. Spike door thing, exactly. Okay, so we're at the lab. Let's start looking around then. I guess we can start with the gate. Junpei! Do something, please! Yeah, click time. Quick! Figure out how I'm going to get out of here! Okay, well, I don't see any lock or whatever. Any way of opening it, really. A silver handrail. Clover, there's a door in the back, isn't there? Wait right there! I'll take a look! Oh no! It's locked! I can't get it to move! One made of really thick glass. I don't even think a bullet could break it. Well, it's actually impossible because there isn't bullet. There's only bullet-resistant glass, not like bulletproof glass. But just saying. Well, the door was locked. Who would have guessed? Yes. Such a new mechanic in this game. Such a twist. It's a cardboard box. There are some papers and stuff in it. What's in the box? It looks like it's quite full. As far as I can tell, it's a bunch of notes about some kind of experiments. But it's all really technical and stuff. I don't really get it. Yeah, doing a live stream for 9 hours, real time. We need to finish the game in 9 hours or I kill myself, or I'm gonna die. Swallowed a bomb. And I got 9 hours to finish this game or I'll explode. What's in that fucking box? Huh? Ethanol. Can someone remind me what ethanol is for? Isn't it like for bodies or something? Ethanol. I wonder if this is for antisepsis. Oh. Oh, it says anhydrous ethanol. Anhydrous? Is that different from the regular ethanol? Come on, that's common knowledge. Anhydrous ethanol is a powerful cleaner. It can even erase marks left by a permanent marker. Oh, that's what OG Cosby used. Okay. Okay, what about the red ones? A whole bunch of steel lockers. The 9 on the right all have little red lights on them. Red lights, huh? Well, can't hurt to give these babies a try. Yep, just as I thought. Lock tight, all 9 of them. I wonder if there's anything important in there. Yeah, we all do, Moose. That's why I gave her that voice. That seems like... oh, computer. Going meta right now. Let's play 999 on the computer. This is the computer. The power isn't on. Well, there is a power button. This is a waste of time. What? I don't see a power cable. Oops. Yeah, you're right. No power cable. Come on, 4chan. This thing isn't even connected to a main computer, though. It's got a monitor, keyboard, mouse, but that's it. Just sticking the power cable in isn't going to do anything. Oh, I don't know about that. Huh? Okay, whatever, bitch. The mouse. Keyboard. Gotta make sure. This is the computer. No, it's the monitor, bitch. Doesn't have any power right now, so it isn't working. Power cable, huh? Maybe I can roofie the power cable. Roofie the computer into working or something. I think that's it for this part. Clock. The hands of the clock have stopped moving. The clock may stop, but time goes on. No time to screw around. Need to figure out a way out of here. Isn't there anything like in the clock? Hands have stopped, so we don't know what time it actually is. Okay. Well, it is Pamatini. There's a lot of stuff here. I don't know how we can use any of these. Well, I guess I can say for sure that I do know how to use at least one of these things. Was there a dildo there or something? Which one? The one on the top. I think it's a power cable. Wait, where? The power cable, huh? I'll take that. Ooh. 3-prong power cable. Nice. Okay, we know where to use that. Stand for various pieces of equipment. Well, she's actually the meanest bitch. Levatine. So yeah, as soon as I find an option. There are 2 levers here. Shove it in her ass. Do you think they activate something? Well, why don't you move one? Alright, I'll give it a try. Nope. Doesn't look like anything's happened. Okay then. Anything here? Oh, key. This is a keyhole. This looks like a keyhole for the activation key. Oh, good job, bitch. Just repeating what I said. Nice. I think this thing's supposed to power the machine in the other room. Well, it doesn't appear to be doing that. I wonder how we're supposed to turn it on. But maybe with a fucking power cable we got. This is a really old type of keyboard. Well, this is all you guys' fault. You chose to take this bitch. What's that over there? Nothing. I wonder what this cable is connected to. Okay, one side of this thing in the room is in the room with us. The other side extends into the laboratory where Clover is. Can you kill bitches like it Until Dawn? I didn't play Until Dawn, but no. We didn't, we can't kill anybody yet, at least. And no, I cannot remove this girl or anything at all. Yeah, it's just a prank, bro. Relax, just a prank. The console in front of us is connected to the device in the laboratory. Okay. Whoa, what's going on here? This looks like the control for an electronic door lock. There's a red light on the display, that means it's locked. we can get that light to turn green, then maybe we can get Clover back. Huh.
This looks like the control for some kind of electronic clock. The red light is on.
Then it's gotta be locked.
There's a green light just below it. Although that one isn't lit.
Wow, she's so retarded. I bet it'll turn on if we can unlock it, right?
Yes, but how are we going to unlock it? There's no keyhole, no card reader, and no keyboard for putting in a password.
I have no idea.
It looks like this door is the exit. The door on the right just goes to the laboratory.
Nope, this door isn't going anywhere. No dice. It won't open. I mean, that's about as much as I expected.
I don't think Zero would let us out of the room quite that easily.
Pretty much everyone from that was an SSH. I did a straw poll. There were like 5 people on Save to the Heroes who voted for these two, and 2 people on Twitch who voted for other doors. So you can only blame the people around you and yourself that you weren't there to vote. I think this is it now. Hey Clover, there's a door over here too.
Wait! I'll be right there!
I can hear her over there. Is this door gonna... Damn it. I can't open it. Clover! What about your side?
It won't work! I can't even move the knob!
I like doing the pronunciations there. Okay, we were here already, right? No, we were here. Okay. So it's a silver handrail, more silver handrails. I think around here. No. The door. Oh, okay. We can look inside.
I wonder what they washed here.
Morning, LUP.
There are these weird colored stains all over the sink.
Ooh, snap. It's a wash basin, more commonly known as a sink.
I guess that.
Sorry.
I guess this drain is for water, huh? Well, there's nothing here.
Whatever. Cables, maybe? No. Tools.
It's a rack. There are a bunch of cables on it. Somebody cut the other stuff off the cables. I can see the wires inside.
Okay. Can we use them somehow? It's a rack. Right. Copper wire exposed.
I don't know what kind of table this is, but the top part of it's all black. There's a paint lying over here. I think someone probably used it to make the table black.
Really? It's Clover cuffing and she has really bad. That's funny, Moose. Flood room killing both of you. Oh, that sounds like a plan actually, Gecko. Well, if they only used the pen on one part of it, then there's probably something underneath all that pen. Clover, do you think you can erase it?
Yeah, sure. Oh, this is a permanent marker. Junpei, do you know how to erase ink from a permanent marker?
Erasing from a permanent marker, huh? Give me just a minute, Clover. I'll be right back. I don't know, like alcohol or something? Maybe? Turpentine?
I wonder what this is. This thing here looks like a voltmeter.
How does a kid know what a voltmeter is?
And this is the control for that?
A permanent eraser. Nice, Gecko.
Gosh, there's so many dials.
Why don't you try turning one of them?
Nope, nothing. There's no power here, guys. I turned the dial a whole bunch, but even if I turn all the switches on, nothing happens. I think this thing is a monitor for whatever experiment they were running here. There's a bunch of stuff on here like resistance value and voltage. The power's off, so there's nothing on it right now.
Okay, robot.
Is this like an examination table?
She grapefruit.
There's a creepy mannequin in here, guys.
It's just a robot. I think that's it, right? Stairs.
Those are the stairs I just came down. The bar's on the gate, but just above me.
Okay, well, I think that's it. Okie doke. Wait, there's a grate over there. Can I select it somehow? No.
Quick! Figure out how I'm going to get out of here.
Okay. Well, I guess our first thing is using the power cable with a monitor or something. Does it have a power cable? So one end of this cable needs to be connected to a monitor, and the other end needs to be plugged under the desk. Alright, let's just slip you in. Huh? Well, shoot, I can't use this.
What's wrong?
This cable has 3 prongs, but the socket only has 2 holes. Story of my life. Not enough holes for my prongs. Clover? More like bitch. Actually, Lotus is a bigger bitch. Look the mannequin, caress the mannequin, fuck the mannequin. It's not gonna fit what I'm saying.
In other words, we're gonna need a plug to change the power cable to one with 2 prongs.
That's right. Well, if that's the case, maybe we can use the open-ended cables in here. It's a rack, there are some cables on top with copper wire exposed. Okay, can't use that apparently. Punch Clover in mouth.
These lockers are a little larger than the ones on top.
Let's see if there's anything useful in here. No, nothing. Okay, what else do I have? Got the ethanol. Oh, I can use the ethanol to scrub the table, probably, right? Probably the table's been colored over in black with a permanent marker. If I could find something that could get rid of that ink, I could hand it over to Clover through the bars. Well, I think that's the ethanol, isn't it? Clover, use this ethanol. Should be able to wipe off that permanent ink with it. Yeah, well, it's only... Well, if you hadn't noticed, I'm building on a threesome here. With Clover and Lotus. It's gonna be like the most annoying screeches and moans ever. In the history of man, basically.
What am I gonna...
Can someone please screenshot this? Oh man, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. In that voice, but okay.
What? What am I gonna wipe with?
Oh, well, your clothes, of course. Kidding, just kidding. Please don't look at me like that, you're scaring me. Okay, so she needs something to wipe with, apparently. 2 days after conception. Thinking the papers in there or something? Wait, I don't have any items? Hold on. Oh, so I only have the cables right now, okay. There's a key, there's a bunch of stuff around here. Oh, hey Golf. You're right on time. Didn't miss too much. There's some buttons there, can I use them? Control device with the electronic door lock. There's no way to input the password though. If we want to open this door, I bet we need to do something somewhere else. I'm open for ideas, guys. Let's see. Something in the room that I missed, maybe? Is there anything in there? It's a wash basin, more commonly known as a sink. Why didn't she just start about half an hour ago? Yeah, pretty much.
There's something sticking out of the mannequin's head. Like wires or something.
What the hell were they doing in there? Huh? Why is she all quiet now?
They were doing experiments on humans. Probably.
Oh man, now she looks sad. Apparently the thought of experiments on humans makes this little kid sad. Anything else here? Mannequin lying on the exam table. Can't really see it very well from here, but it looks like there are a bunch of electrodes sticking out of its head. Drained for water, hasn't been used in a long time, so it's completely dried up. Let's see, nothing here. Hey Clover, how are the power cables over there?
Huh? What do you mean?
Does the plug have 3 prongs or 2?
I don't know what you're talking about. Let me go look.
I guess she does have kind of crouched down. She does have to kind of crouch down to get a look under there.
The cable on the monitor has, it's got 2 of those little metal things. What does that mean?
That's it! Okay, can you unplug that cable and bring it over here?
Okay, but...
But?
Well, I can unplug it, but it's connected to the main computer. I can't take it over to you.
Damn it, that's no good then.
Well, how about just a plug?
What?
The plug? Well, maybe more like a connector? It's a sort of thing that makes a plug with 3 metal thingies into a plug with 2 metal thingies! Still useless?
Not useless. Not useless at all. That's just what we were looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, all those plugs and prongs, but
Can you hold on for just a little bit?
and back down she goes.
Alright. Unplugged. I'll hand it to you over the bars, okay?
Sure, whatever. Plug her mouth was a chloroform rag. Well, we did have ethanol just a moment ago. Anyway, could you wipe off that permanent ink? Look, Clover. Right now, at this moment, you're the only person we can depend on. I'm trusting you with this.
You trust me. I feel kinda special. In my pants.
Yeah. Hey, Clover. And she's just wandering around the table. I don't think she even knows what we're calling her. But why can't I get the adapter thingy? All this toggle applies is making my Kokoro go mushy mushy. Anyway, how am I getting that thing from her? Hey, Clover. And she's just... Oh, crap. Hold on, maybe I'll try... No. No matter what I hit it with, it might as well be made of steel. Let's try this. No, not this, actually. My bad. This. Clover is holding the 2-prong plug, but she's just wandering around the table. I think she's forgotten about the plug. Well, that's how I can yell to her, you know. Was that cable meant for the computer? Yeah, but I need an adapter for between the cable and the computer, and that's what she's got, but she's just wandering around the room, apparently. Clover, can you use a cloth on the table? What cloth?
Use... Huh?
Soak it in ethanol, then use it to wash off the stuff from the permanent marker, okay?
Right, okay. So I gotta soak the cloth with ethanol.
Well, she's got the cloth, but she seems to be having a lot of trouble with the ball of ethanol. Oh my god. When she's ready, I should ask her to get work on that stuff on the table. Well, go.
Soak the cloth in ethanol and... Jippy! It's working! It's wiping the permanent ink off! Huh? There's some kind of weird drawing under all the permanent ink.
What's the deal with that drawing Clover found? Maybe I should ask her to take another look at the table. Maybe I'll just click again at the same spot.
I wonder what this is. There are a bunch of numbers in some kind of grid.
I can't see it from here. Clover, you got a pen and a notebook, right? Could you write those numbers down and hand them to me through the bars?
Okay. Roger.
Okay, good. Now can you finally bring me the thing? Holding the two-prong plug. She's just running around the table. I think she's forgotten about the... Why can't I just talk to her and tell her to do that? Like, what the fuck? Sudoku. Oh, not so bad, Sudoku.
Here, Junpei. I wrote down all the numbers from the desk down here.
Paper with numbers on it acquired. New material has been added to the file screen. Sure, whatever. Let's look. Clover's note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well I still need the thing though.
Here you go. The two-prong plug.
Finally. Thanks. Excellent. Now I can combine this with this. Okay. Put the two-prong plug into the head of this power cable. There we go. It's Tic-Tac-4? It might be. Just might be, I guess. Whatever that is. Alright, I've got the two-prong power cable in my hand. Pretty sure this will work. Under the desk I go. And let's just plug this thing into the monitor. Alright, that ought to do it.
Alright, let's turn the power on.
I don't think anything is going to happen.
Why not?
Well, it's not connected to the main computer.
You never know until you try.
Pretty optimistic. Oh, there we go. Junpei, push the button on the front of the monitor. With a soft hum, it turned on. Streams of letters that made no sense to Junpei began to scroll across the screen. He had hoped it would turn on, but he hadn't expected this. Huh? It's actually working?
So it would seem.
Some lead hacking skills? Isn't that kind of weird?
What?
Well, it's not connected to the main computer, right? Make there something bad, I think. Yeah, make BG. That's what it says. There's just this keyboard and monitor. The only cable connected to this thing is the power cable we just plugged in. So fuck, left DOSBox open. Hack CD. So why is it working?
Maybe it's a wireless display.
Clearly, this was a reasonable explanation to Lotus. A wireless display?
Yes, it can.
No, I'm gonna play 999. Gonna get all meta.
It connects to your computer wirelessly. Hence the name. Have you been living in a cave, Junpei?
It was certainly had not, but is that normal?
Yes, at least where I worked.
I gotta say, I never heard about a wireless display. As they spoke, the lines of letters suddenly stopped and disappeared. The only thing left on the screen was the word pass, followed by a colon.
It looks like we need to enter a password.
Again. There must be a hint around here somewhere.
Could you go take a look?
Yeah, I'm on it. What are you going to do?
I'll see if I can do something about this on my own.
On your own?
Yep, on my own.
Lotus pulled over the nearest chair and dropped herself down onto it in front of the keyboard. Huh. Nice angle. For a second she stared at the screen. She kneaded her hands, knuckles popping, and twisted her back left then right.
Alright, let's kick some ass.
Lotus smiled to herself and rubbed her hands together in anticipation. Then before Junpei had time to blink, she was typing at an incredible speed, the click-clack of keys running together like a machine gun fire. Well, I didn't expect this. What? Junpei was, for once, at a loss for words.
Didn't expect that, did ya?
Of course he didn't. What kind of job do you have? Where are you?
I'm unemployed at the moment. I used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but I quit.
Oh yeah, he's totally looking at her boobs. Incredible shitpost skills. Yeah, she's totally on 4chan right now, just shitposting. Yeah, I love the typing sounds. Why? Lotus blinked.
Huh? Oh, it was just something.
She stopped typing for a moment and her face fell. This was not an avenue of questioning to be pursued, Junpei realized, and quickly shut his mouth. Click, clack, click, clack. Lotus's fingers began to move again, and in a few seconds she was back up to speed. As she typed, more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to pour across the screen. What are you doing now?
I'm going to try and brute force it.
What?
A brute force attack is, well, the short version is that I just attack the thing head on. The long version.
Without looking up or slowing down, she began to explain. Everyone kept asking for Paizuri. A brute force attack
is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher,
she told him.
It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it can take a very long time.
Yeah, pretty much, Raptor. The thought of doing something like that made Junpei feel tired, but Lotus explained that
she was just running a program that would run just such an attack on its own.
So the most elegant solution, certainly.
Oh, so the most elegant solution, certainly. But given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do.
Even as she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. Junpei couldn't help but feel a little odd.
Oh, but back to what we were talking about earlier.
What were we talking about?
The wireless display. It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it?
Oh, I missed something.
How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an addition problem for you. Alright? So you enter 1 plus 1. The screen will show you 2. See? Isn't that strange?
No, not really.
Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said so just a minute ago.
Huh?
You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 plus 1?
The main computer, right? You said it's connected to the monitor wirelessly.
Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right?
Wow, bitch, what's your problem?
They probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they decided that, they'll start examining this monitor. They might poke the screen or something. Ah, I see. The color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Ah, I see. This wire supplies power. Eventually, they might cut the wires. Ah, yes, just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations. But the truth is that, just like you said, the computer is doing the calculating.
Yeah, she's a pretty dumb bitch.
But these cave people wouldn't know that. Because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly.
Okay. Lotus continued to type. Junpei scratched his head. So, what are you trying to say? I think she's trying to insult me, but I actually realized like everything she said, so.
Nothing. Really. It's just, I thought maybe. What if the relationship between human
Oh, oops. Accidentally skipped.
well, let's just say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain. A scientist,
Wow, that was a hell of a jump.
a scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting, so stimulating this part of the brain causes this person to see colors.
C minus minus. Nice, Gecko.
That must mean this neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part. Ah, just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes the function to cease. Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain. You get it? It's just like this monitor.
So she's saying that we're connected wirelessly inside her body or something?
Maybe the brain is just an output device, like this monitor. Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else in a main body. We just don't know it. We never even think about it. Just like those cave people wouldn't know about wireless communications. We can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains when we experience that information as thoughts.
Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no retort. No, her argument just seemed silly, and he was a little surprised to be hearing something like that for someone like her. Hey, Silent. Can lead her to death. Well, I don't think I can. Well, I'll try. You aren't the first person to ask for that, Garhor. The brain is just an output device? Human thought actually occurs somewhere else? Did Lotus really think that? He wondered. It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre cultish religion.
Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia.
Oblivious to Junpei's increasing discomfort, Lotus continued.
If memory is actually stored somewhere else, in some sort of main body, somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged.
On the bark side of the moon.
I suppose that would explain aphasias and blindsight too. Perhaps they actually can't speak or see.
Well, Garhor, apparently she's a lead hacker, so we just gotta listen to her rambling while she tries to crack this code on the computer.
The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with prosopagnosia could be suffering from the same thing.
Wait a minute. What? You know what aphasia was from watching medical dramas on TV, and blindsight was easy enough to guess, but he'd never heard the word prosopagnosia before.
What, you've never heard of prosopagnosia?
Her breath actually contains brains. I didn't realize that's all she was trying to say, backcountry. But she's exposing them like that because they're full of brains. Lotus spun around in her chair to look at him. Junpei just shrugged and shook his head. Nope. What is it?
Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's, or even yours. So they can remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia,
Right?
have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually they can make do by associating people with other things. Their voices, their clothes, their hair.
Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks?
No, I don't think so. You've seen monkeys, like in a zoo, right? To you and me, all monkey faces look the same.
Oh wow. Getting racist here, Lotus. I was not expecting this from this game. I apologize to the chat. Lotus's opinions does not reflect the streamer's opinions.
Even though they've obviously got faces, it's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. The zoo staff that works with them will learn to identify different monkeys eventually, but you or I couldn't, unless one had a scar or something else to set it apart.
Yeah, it totally reflects Orgrist, though. So no apologies made for Orgrist. What if everybody looked like Steve Buscemi? That would be a Utopia Raptor. Are you kidding? I got posters of Steve Buscemi everywhere. What if everyone does and you just have some weird eye problem, Marty? Yeah, exactly.
That's how people would be to someone with
whatever. Prosopagnosia, huh? Didn't even know that kind of thing existed. Jinbei did his best to act as though the entire lecture hadn't gone entirely over his head. Other half is John Waters is awesome. Like, you mean Steve Buscemi eyes and John Waters mustache or something and smirk? That'd be awesome. And what are we talking about?
The idea that your brain is just an output device, like a monitor.
Are you serious about that stuff?
Not really.
So why are you talking about it?
I was just kidding for about half of it.
What about the other half?
Well, I guess I was just adulting.
What? Not funny. What's your giggle? Lotus' smile had something rather masochistic to it.
It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it seriously. It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But it looks like I don't need to talk anymore.
Why?
I don't have to kill time any longer.
Yeah, it was just a prank. As she spoke, Lotus raised her right arm high and brought it down on the enter key. The program took only seconds to analyze the system. Your face when it's only like the code is actually 1111 and just succeeds immediately. Chunks of text flickered on and off in quick succession, and then a line of numbers appeared, blinked, and disappeared. Computer explodes. The screen cleared, and all that was left was the word accepted.
Piece of cake.
Lotus would clearly have patted herself on the back if it would not have made her look entirely ridiculous. After a few seconds, the accepted disappeared to be replaced with 9 squares arranged in a 3x3 square. We're probably 999, right? What the hell is that?
No idea. It looks like a puzzle.
Suddenly, Lotus stood up. She destroyed all the numbers that whole time. Huh? Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computer stuff?
I can't do any more.
Yeah, Sudoku.
It won't let me do any more programming. See, the keyboard. Nothing. So there's nothing more I can do. Well, I guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei.
What?
Let me take a break, alright? I did my part.
He wasn't sure what to say to that. She certainly had done her part. In fact, without Lotus, they probably would have run completely aground. I shouldn't rely on other people so much, Junpei thought to himself. From here on out, he told himself he would rely on no one else until the next computer needed to be hacked. Junpei crossed his arms and stared at the puzzle shown on the screen. Okay, hold on, I know what to do here. So when I press one of the panels, the colors... Yeah, I assumed as much. Next to a switch. Well, looks like there's some text here. All panels green, unlock. Restriction, no more than 4 attempts. Will automatically reset after failure. Otherwise, I have to get all the panels green in less than 4 tries. I get that, but I need to look at... Oh no, it's actually on the file, I think. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll remember that. Show over the instructions one more time. No! With the red and green panels here. Touch one of the panels. Okay, we got it. We got it. Alright, let's give this another shot. There we go. Knew it. Alright. I solved it.
Did you hear a noise just now?
Yeah, I did. It sounded like something unlocking.
Where did it come from?
Thanks, Raptor. It's probably, these.
Look, Junpei. The lights on the lockers are green.
We must have unlocked it with a computer puzzle. What's in there? Excellent. There's more than one key in there.
This one is small and looks like it goes to some sort of machine. And this one has the Earth symbol on it.
Oh, that's great. I think the Earth symbol matches a keyhole in a door on A deck.
Well, if that's the case, we probably don't need the Earth key right now.
Alright then, Earth key. I'll just tuck you away deep in my pocket. Now as for the other key... Activation key. Well, I know exactly where this is going to. It was at that moment that he heard a voice behind him. It was Clover.
Hey, Junpei! Do you have a minute?
He put the puzzle aside for the moment and walked over to Clover. What's up?
I, wanted to ask you something.
Huh?
Junpei, you went into door 5 with my brother, right? Did you hear him saying, like, anything weird?
Why is she asking me this? Junpei wondered. The more he thought about it, however, the more it made sense. Snake had been gone for a long time. Clover was quite attached to her brother. Of course she would have been worried about him. He thought back to whether he'd gone through door 5, hoping he might remember something, even a small something, that would help her. However... Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything. I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but that's about it.
Okay.
Clover's words were barely audible. She nodded vaguely to Junpei and turned to walk away. Hey, wait a minute.
Huh?
Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me if, is Snake, I mean, was he born...
You talking about his eyes?
Yeah.
No. He wasn't born blind.
Junpei's really the bad guy? Oh, is this one of those games? I don't think so. I don't think it's one of those twists or something. Junpei is actually Zero after all. Nah.
When he was a kid, he got in an accident.
But he's a psychopath who even convinced himself he has no idea what's going on. Kinda like Jekyll and Hyde. It's a great book, by the way, the original one. It's a great book. If I read it and if I had known like the twist and the ending, I would have never guessed it. It's written very well.
a really bad car accident. He couldn't see after that. And his arm.
His arm?
Yeah. My brother's left arm is, well, it's not like a normal person's arm. It's fake. It's not a real arm. The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they...
We truly are the 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Yes, we are, Gecko, all of us together.
To save him, they cut off his arm. Is that all you wanted to ask me?
Talking about her brother had clearly taken a great deal out of Clover. Junpei nodded. Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff. Clover only shook her head and walked off down the stairs. So the fake arm as the watch bomb thing? What are you talking about, Gahor? Watch bomb? Okay, anyway. Better get in here. Use this key over here. This key shapeshifter makes it seem like it goes into this machine. Alright, I'm turning it on. Ooh, more hacking. Okay, the monitor is on now. Oh shit, you're right. Garhorn and Gogolf. And if it's fake, maybe he can remove it? Or maybe someone else can remove it for him and then fuck him up? Because he can't like advance anywhere and he can't... Oh shit. That's quite a twist actually. Thanks for noticing that, Garhor. It's full of letters.
It's showing some kind of warning. Power restored to experimental device. Emergency system will activate in the event of abnormal subject behavior. Okay.
Okay. This is power restore. Yeah, okay, I got it. Typing on this keyboard isn't doing squat. Huh. I wonder. Did it change anything else? No, the doors are still shut. Are these alive now?
Junpei! This thing in here is on now!
Yeah, that's because we activated the power over on this side. Could you, like, play with it a little?
Okay.
I got a feeling that that robot thing is gonna wake up and kill Clover. Unless I save her in time or something.
Yeah. I'll turn this dial here. Turn. I don't think it's working. Nothing happened.
Well, maybe she missed something. I should ask her to look around the room again. Look around the room again, bitch. Over the monitor. This is the monitor. There are a whole lot of cables under the table. It's a rack. There's some cables on top with copper wire exposed. Mannequin lying on the exam table. It's got a bunch of electrodes sticking out of its head. That's it, nothing? Wash basin. Maybe if you increase the voltage. Roger! Will you? Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to max voltage. That's not Iraq. Max voltage? Hey! Wait, Clover. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh snap. What? I think, Oh. And before there's an actual human being in there. And it's not a robot, it's just a human encased in whatever that was. Oh my god! The mannequin's head! Oh man, that sounds like a fire alarm. Yeah, what the hell? Fire detected, fire detected! The emergency system will be... I don't know, whatever it was. Evacuate the room immediately. Okay, so water, I guess? Junpei! It's so hot in here! Help me! I don't know, emergency systems, whatever. Oh, it's open. Hold on. Call device for the electronic door lock. The green light is on. Okay, so open it.
Junpei!
No, there are drains over there. She shouldn't die.
Look at the light!
Yes, it's green. The emergency system has activated and disabled the lock. Now we can save Clover. There we go.
Junpei!
Come on, kid, jump. She's safe. Oh man, that smoke is some serious business. Time to close this door again, I think. Yep. Clover, are you okay? Are you hurt? Damn, she's coughing so hard she can't even talk.
Of course I'm not alright! What the hell took you so long, you big jerk? I was almost dead!
Sorry, I was going as fast as I could.
You two can do this later. Right now we need to get the hell out of here. That fire's not going to stay in that room forever.
Or the one, yeah, that's true, Wada. Okay. So where's the other door? This one, I guess? Okay, yeah, I don't think there's anything else left in there. I found it! Junpei, Clover, and Lotus slipped out of the laboratory, slamming the door shut behind them. All three collapsed against the wall, breathing heavily. Junpei's heart was pounding in his chest, and his whole body felt weak. He inhaled gulps of clear air, and with each one he could feel his body begin to calm down. Alright, let's go. They nodded to each other and started off down the hallway. Before long, they found a few new doors, but all of them were locked. Hold on, I'll look at the map. Where are we right now? I don't know where we are right now. The map doesn't show anything. Maybe we're not on B-Deck. Before long, they found a few new doors, but all of them were locked. Soon they had tried all of the doors but one. The final door sat in the corner of the hallway. Junpei grabbed the door handle and was about to pull it open when a voice cried out behind him. It was neither Clover nor Lotus, but he recognized it. There was no doubt. The voice belonged to... I'm just kidding.
Junpei!
He spun around. There, at the other end of the hall, Junpei saw human figures running towards him. 3 of them. June, Santa, and Seven. They stopped short in front of Junpei and his companions, gasping for air. Hey! What are you guys doing in here? What? But we didn't... Before he could finish, Clover spoke.
Guys, could you come over here?
She was standing near the end of a small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she'd found. There was something on the wall at the end of the hallway. A map of the ship's interior. It said SEDEC on the upper left, in the upper left corner. Most likely they assumed it was a map for the floor they were on. Okay, good. Door 7 and Door 8. The map confirmed that what they already knew. Both doors eventually led to the hallway where they had found themselves. Okay, so the blue course, blue arrows, and the... Okay, so we were taking the red arrows. Okay, I see. I see now how they got here. Cunt deck. Cuck deck, we said, Moose. It's the cuck deck. In fact... Yeah, isn't that what I said? Till we find that 9 door, Zero ain't gonna split us up. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we can't open door 9. That's how the non-binary game works. Junpei looked at the map of the ship's interior again. As he looked more closely, his surprise and excitement gave way to weariness. One by one, the others saw what he'd seen. As one, they all moved back towards the door Junpei had only a moment ago been ready to open. He pulled the map of the ship's interior off the wall, put it in his pocket, and followed the others. 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Better study that shit? No. Someone here said he didn't even look at the map once throughout his whole playthrough, so I guess I don't need either. It's just interesting sometimes. Santa stepped forward. He took hold of the door and spoke, without looking back at the other 5. Ready? I'm gonna open it. They nodded their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. They poured through the doorway and into the room. Even without looking around, each one of them knew where they were. They were just where the map had said they would be. The same room they'd been in not so very long ago. Aww. A tremendous central hospital room with empty beds from wall to wall. So, was door 3 the right one? Or, no, we just had to get the Earth key probably to go all the way back or something. I see. I believe I understand what you're saying. The 6 of you split into 2 teams. You went through doors 7 and 8. You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory, and then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked doors. He looked like anyone might after only just waking up, but it seemed that his brain was working as well as ever. He had managed to grasp, summarize, and understand each team's report. At any rate, I feel a bit silly for my little show of altruism. I'm sure you'll be back for me. I did hope you would come back, but I confess I didn't think you'd come back so soon. Ace shook his head with a rueful smile. We saw each other again, and we ain't dead, so I say that's good enough. 7 smiled. Anyway, I said we get out of this creepy old place. We found the key we need. The key? Ain't that what I just said? Talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Here. 7 tossed him something small and metallic towards Junpei. He caught it and found that the object was a key. On it, someone had engraved the symbol very similar to a 4. He looked over at June, who nodded back. Yeah, 7 is a bro. He looked over at June, who nodded back. It had to be the Jupiter symbol. We'll let you hold on to that, alright? Yeah, I got it.
Well, I've got something for you too then. Here. It's the Saturn key card. We found it in the kitchen. I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. That way it won't be my fault if it gets lost.
And with that, she pressed it into Junpei's hand. He felt slightly less than honored. As a group, they now had 3 keys that had not been used. The Earth key, which had been found in the laboratory. The Jupiter key, which 7 had just handed to Junpei. The Saturn key card, which Lotus had just handed to Junpei. Junpei tucked the new keys into his pocket. June spoke up.
The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long, straight hallway, right?
Yeah. The map's right, and it connects to the central staircase. Then next to the stairs.
Wait!
They were the first words anyone had heard of Clover in quite some time. Her face suggested they weren't going to be very happy words.
What about door 3?
Look, you saw the map, right? It's the same as 7 and 8. It just leads back to the big hospital room. No point in seeing what's on the other side of that door.
There is a point! At least there is for me.
There were tears in her eyes, but she glared at 7 as hard as she could, just the same. She looks very much like a frightened puppy. There wasn't a man alive who could have resisted those eyes. 7 looked everywhere in the room except at Clover, and muttered and coughed apologies under his breath. Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. Snake might be on the other side of door 3. No, he might not. There's no possible way he could do that. No possible way he could do that and still be alive, but whatever. Clover nodded once. What a good reason to go to door 3 would be to get another key. Since they got the Jupiter key from door 7, we got the Earth key from door 8. Must be another sort of key at door 3. The next person to speak was Ace. Very well. I'll be coming with you then. I've had a nice long rest. I think it's time I was up and about again. So, 7, you'll help me, won't you? Huh? Me? Junpei did the calculations quickly in his head. 4, 1, 7, 12, 1, 2, 3. Great. Looked like 7 was doing them too. At last, he gave up. Damn. Well, I guess that's how it's gotta be. So I'm going with you, huh? Yes, you are. Alright, let's get moving. And so it was decided that Clover, Ace, and 7 would discover what lay behind door 3. Okay, we in now.
Be careful.
Whoa, didn't think I'd be hearing that from you, Lotus.
Don't let it go out of your hand.
No, actually, forgot Google Golf. I did save. I forgot to check the loading part though, so we'll see. But someone told me that you can just skip the dialogue that you've already heard, so worst case we'll just restart it, just skip all the dialogue until the parts we haven't seen. So you can do that too. Well, Cornflakes, he also has amnesia. He doesn't remember anything before waking up in this boat, so maybe that's part of it. He's just like going with the flow because he doesn't know anything.
I'd be in trouble if the 3 of you bought it. The rest of us can open the 9 door.
Well, you amnesiac, so everything's probably what the fuck anyway, so it's like fuck it. Yeah, just what I meant, Wada. Still kind of slow to fast forward through it all though. Well, it's not like we got an option, cause no zoomer is the only, or no GBA is the only emulator that's working properly with this. So it's either the safeties work or they don't, and we might have a pleasant or an unpleasant surprise. That's it. The truth comes out. 7 nodded, as if this answer made much more sense. Pulled the lever on the red. Okay, let's go. The door opened, and Ace, Clover, and 7 jumped through it. 6, 7, 8. After exactly 9 seconds, the door closed noisily.
Alright, we should get moving too.
Huh?
Get moving?
Where are we going? Everyone except Lotus seemed rather confused.
Well, it would be a waste of time to just sit around, wouldn't it? Let me explain.
Not again.
I get it. I'm gonna see if we can get anywhere interesting with the Jupiter key. Yes.
And the Earth key. And the Saturn keycard, whatever.
If we're lucky, we might find Snake.
They were at the end of the hallway, lined by individual hospital rooms. The Jupiter symbol was engraved on the keyhole.
Alright, Junpei, open it if you please.
Yeah, on it. Junpei pulled the Jupiter key out of his pocket and slid it into the keyhole. He twisted. With a nice sharp click, he felt the door unlock. Alright, ready guys? Junpei's companions nodded. He nodded back, then slowly and quietly opened the door. Inside was exactly what he expected to see from the map of the ship's interior. They were in a tremendous hall, almost like a ballroom, with a massive central staircase. What point does she bend over for you? Well, knowing her, I'm guessing she'd bend me over first, but you know. Every time the screen goes black. Yes, Raptor. You never go back? Great, back to the beginning. Oh, every time she okay, I get it now. You sure this is a good idea? What do you mean? Well, we already searched every inch of this room, haven't we? Didn't we? Asking if there's any reason we came back here. Yeah, of course there's a reason. Of course there's a reason. Man, sometimes I can't tell if you're smart or just lucky. Huh? This. Junpei pulled two things out of his pockets. The Saturn key card. Yeah, sorry, well, I'm sick, that's my excuse, Raptor. Also, I'm putting all of my focus and energy into the stream, so, you know, brain activity, stuff like that. Don't be so innocent. And the Earth key. Santa cocked his head into one side like an inquisitive bird and looked at them. After several long moments, during which it became apparent that Santa had no idea what the cards meant, June took pity on him.
Don't you remember, Santa? On C-Deck, where we are now, there was a big elevator behind the stairs, remember? And next to the elevator, there was a card reader with a Saturn symbol on it. And on A-Deck, on the door to the left, there was a keyhole with the Earth symbol on it, I think. So the two keys that Junpei has.
So let's use the elevator and the door on A-Deck, huh?
Yes, that's right.
June smiled, pleased with herself. So did Santa. Alright, I got it. Hasn't been corrupted by sad pandas. Let's get started then. What do you say we split into two teams? Lotus and I will search the Earth one, so you two can search the Saturn, alright? Sounds good. Junpei handed the Earth key to Santa. They decided their initial search should be brief, only 10 minutes. They meet back near the staircase when they accidentally clicked. Junpei and June headed for the elevators. Sure enough, there was a card reader bolted to the wall next to the left elevator. He lined up the Saturn key card and swiped it through the reader. A light in the upper left corner blinked to life. Great. Looks like it's working now.
Alright, now how do I call the elevator?
There was a single button to the right of the elevator door. On the button was the upside down triangle, the universal symbol for down. Wow, thanks for that amazing commentary game. There didn't appear to be an up button. Junpei pushed it. He didn't have much of a choice. This is bad country, shut up.
It opened. Look, Junpei.
Jun's voice was excited, but Junpei could hear a tinge of anxiety. Sweet, it opened. Let's get going. He grinned at June and stepped toward the open door. As he was about to set foot in it, he felt a hand on his arm.
Wait.
What?
I'm not really, I just, oh gosh.
Junpei was at something of a loss. What could she possibly be so frightened of? June was probably afraid of, well, being locked up alone with a boy they could only go down. It's probably this. I'm not gonna do a poll for this since it's probably this one. I'm assuming that this game isn't that Japanese. She was afraid because the only elevator button pointed down. Maybe she got fucked on an elevator, maybe. That meant, of course, that the elevator couldn't go any higher than the floor they were on. As he thought about it, Junpei realized he hadn't seen elevators on the A or B decks near the central staircase. All of which meant that the elevators could only convey them to the lower decks. And the floor below the one they were on, D deck, should be completely submerged. That meant... Hey, wait a minute. This elevator came up from somewhere under us, right?
Well, yes, I guess it did.
Seriously, Moose? That'd be interesting, I guess. Of course it was Japanese.
It didn't open right away after you pressed the button. There was a motor noise, like it was moving, and then it opened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So take a look inside. Jerked his head toward the interior of the elevator. Yeah, she should do all the work. It's not wet at all, is it? The walls and even the floor are totally dry.
Oh, you're right, they are.
She looked around the elevator, slightly embarrassed. Well, let's test it.
Test it?
Yeah, watch this. Junpei put one foot in the elevator and bent around the corner of the door until he could see the floor buttons. There were only two, E and C. He pushed the E button and jumped out of the elevator. The door slid shut. They heard the grinding of the motor as the elevator car moved down. Oh yeah, they ain't wet yet. That floor's gonna get wet. A few moments later, they heard the sound of the elevator door grinding open several floors below. Junpei nodded to June and pressed the elevator button again. A few moments later, the elevator returned. The door slid open, and just as Junpei had expected, there was no water to be found. See? Junpei couldn't resist puffing out his chest just a little bit. June, however, still looked confused.
What does that mean? How can the E deck be safe if the D deck is full of water?
Well, here's what I think. The elevator shaft in E deck must be watertight and separated from wherever the ship's been punctured. Here, let me show you. Oh man, we don't have to actually show this. Whatever. Pull out his notebook and pen and sketch a rough illustration.
I see. So, is that why the ship hasn't sunk? The shape of the inside keeps it from filling with water?
Yeah, I do have limited time, but they keep, like, taking their sweet time all the time. I don't get it. 10 out of 10 art. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. Junpei continued talking as he closed the notebook and slipped it back into his pocket. So I'm gonna go down and check it out. You stay here, alright?
But...
Come on, just do it, alright? Yeah, that's a great quote. Just do it, alright? He gave June's shoulder a reassuring squeeze, then hopped into the elevator. He pushed the E button and the door began to close. Anime hours? What does that mean? June looked worried, her eyes darting back and forth as if she was trying to make a decision, when suddenly...
I'm coming with you.
Huh? At the last possible moment, June dashed forward, turning sideways just in time to slip through the gap between the closing doors. Junpei jammed his finger against the open button. But it was too late. Was she stuck? The door had shut and he and June were in the elevator and was headed down to E deck. Oh well. He was so surprised by June that he didn't even have time to think about what awaited him on the E deck. The elevator stopped and the door slid open. They stepped off onto the floor outside the elevator. Nothing seemed especially unusual. No fish going about their fishy business, or jellyfish floating lazily through the water. There was, however, a blowfish, or at least something that looked very much like one. June's cheeks were puffed out, and her mouth a tiny and tense frown. Oh, knock it off. It's just like I thought, this part hasn't flooded. Come on, just look around, there's no water here. June looked around nervously, then exhaled.
You're right. It's not flooded at all.
See?
But there's a whole lot of water.
Yeah, right on top of us.
What's going to happen if the ceiling breaks?
Junpei thought about it for a moment. We'd probably die.
Oh no. Don't be so casual about something like that.
At any rate, we should probably go back as soon as we can once we're done looking around down here. Lotus and Santa might already be back.
Okay. Good idea.
Junpei glanced around the room they'd found themselves in. The first thing he noticed was a set of thick iron bars. They ran the length of the room, separating the left elevator from the right one. Well, we can't go over there.
Right.
Then perhaps in the corner of the room that housed the elevators, Junpei found an opening. He walked up to it and stuck his head around the corner. Oh shit. A long straight hallway stretched out in front of him.
The door at the end of the hallway. There's something written on it.
Yeah, let's go have a look. Well, yeah, like we can't see. Junpei and June set off down the hallway on a brisk clip, somewhere between a run and a jog. Before long, they found themselves in front of the door. On it was a number written in bright red paint, 6. I knew it.
This is a number door.
And indeed, there was a red bolted to the wall right next to the door. Of course, with only 2 people, there wasn't much they could do with it. Alright, let's head back.
Yes.
Junpei and June turned and headed back to C deck. On their way back, Junpei noticed a map on the wall. As it turned out, it was a burnt map of the ship's interior for E deck. Huh. So you guys found floor 1. They met back up floor 1 or floor I? Met back up with Santa and Lotus, who had explained what they'd found. Apparently there was another number door on A deck, just like the one on E deck, beyond the door that the Earth key opened. According to Santa and Lotus, there was a 1 on the door. 1 or I. Oh, 1. 1 door, okay. All told, they had discovered 2 new doors, the 6 door and the 1 door.
Well, it is interesting that E deck wasn't flooded.
Lotus was quiet for a moment, lost in thought. Well, we don't really know if all of E deck is safe. They only checked the area around the elevator.
Even so, it's still very interesting.
You said the 6th door was there, right?
Yes.
That means Zero planned all this out, even the sinking. That would have meant some pretty serious remodeling of the ship's interior.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. Yeah. I wonder how long it took. I can't even imagine how much it must have cost.
Would have been a ton, that's for sure. Well, that does go along with what Ace was saying. The most reasonable explanation would be that this was done by some organization with access to a whole lot of cash.
Yes, it does make sense.
That thought made them all go quiet for a moment. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of nuts. June bit her lip while Lotus sighed softly to herself, and Santa cracked a stiff neck and stared off into the distance at nothing.
I don't think it's a very good idea to stay here.
Lots of emotion. June looked up at Junpei with large, pleading eyes. Yeah, you're right. Ace and his team might be back already.
Well,
Junpei. Oh, hey, Judmund. Glad to see you came back. I'm good, man. How are you?
well, Junpei and I should be able to open door 1.
Huh? You guys leaving me behind? 8, 6, 5, 19. 10. 1.
Just kidding. Alright, let's go.
Lotus's words were all impetus. They were all the impetus? I don't know. They needed. Back to the large hospital room they went. The moment they stepped inside, a tremendous voice echoed across the room. Hey! Where the hell did y'all go? It was 7. Ace was right behind him, and Clover was behind Ace, although she seemed to be hanging back. It looked as though there was something strange about them. 7 had the look of a man who'd seen a ghost. Ace was just as pale, and Clover looked as though she was the only moments from passing out entirely. For a long moment, they simply stood there, looking at one another. Junpei looked around nervously, waiting for someone else to speak. No one did. He looked at 7. But what happened? What the hell kind of question is that? 7 was trying very hard to be angry, but something had shaken him hard. His shoulders were trembling and his voice was strained. Oh no. Snake is... No. 7 couldn't finish. Already complete door 8? Yeah, I did complete door 8. We regrouped back with the rest. We split up when some of us went to door 3 to check out if Snake is there, which apparently they did find him. And it seems bad. And we went to explore the Saturn, like the elevators with the Saturn keycard and the Earth door. And apparently we found doors 6 and 1 behind them. And that's it. Now we're coming back. He just looked away, his face twisted by... Junpei wasn't sure what. Instead, Ace spoke. He took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and spoke. Snake is... dead. He died just as the 9th man did. It was as if all the air had suddenly been sucked out of the room. Junpei felt his heart beat quicken, and he realized he was having trouble breathing. He could feel cold sweat being on his forehead and neck. June, Santa, and Lotus looked the way he felt. All 3 were frozen in place, their faces white.
Snake! Oh my god, that's not true, is it? We should make sure.
Yeah, right, we should. They nodded to one another and headed for the number 3 door. Wait! Not that way! They stopped short and turned to look at 7. He was pointing at the door with no number. Stuck a screwdriver in there to keep the door from closing on the way. It's not locked, so you can go in that way. Yeah, Snake was a buyman. Did they really? No. Well, we don't know yet, Corn. We just know that they said he's dead, but that's all we know. Where is he? The shower room, on the left side of the hallway. Put a broom in there too, to keep the door open. Damn, Snake's smart. You can get in without going through the numbered door, right? Yeah, that's right. The new destination cleared. Junpei and his companions headed to the door with no number. Once in the hallway, it was easy to spot the middle door on the left wall. Hadn't been open while they'd been through before. But now, just as Seven had said, there was a broom stuck in between the door and the frame, keeping it open. Lou looked at it for a moment, then stepped inside.
Ugh, it smells horrible.
Lotus wrinkled her nose and covered her mouth in disgust. Even Santa pinched his nose shut. Yeah, this is pretty awful. I feel like I'm gonna puke. It was just as bad as they said, perhaps worse. A hideous smell filled the air, so thick they could almost taste it. It was sour and smelled of fish, feces, and burnt meat. It worked its way through Junpei's nose and down his throat to pound against the entrance to his stomach. Did people start smelling about five? No, this sounds worse than just a dead body. He put his hands over his mouth and struggled to keep what little was in his stomach where it belonged. Oh shit. Wow, he's really dead, it seems. LLR? So he was alive for a couple of months? What? Didn't have to wonder where the body was. There was blood everywhere, a few arms with the splatter reaching towards them as they walked through the door. Have I smelled a dead body? I've seen a dead body, I've been near it, but I don't remember any specific smell. It wasn't very, like he just died, so... because it didn't start smelling yet. LR is a cheat code. Left, left, right. All I wanted to do was follow the many radial arms to their source. The body itself was hidden behind a divider. June, you should stay here. But... please, just do me a favor, okay? Alright? He didn't give her a chance to say no. He put his hand on her shoulder as if to shove her into the ground like a tent pole. Turned and walked towards the end of the divider. Sorry. It felt like it took an eternity for him to get there. Santa and Lotus followed, timid and nervous as a pair of children. Eventually, they reached the divider. They looked at one another and nodded, slowly. Junpei put his hands on the divider and peered around the corner. Well, he wasn't born blind, Gecko. The background music, yeah, it is real spooky. The music in this game is pretty good, actually. For a moment, he forgot to breathe. He felt his heart collapse in his chest like an empty cigarette carton, and time froze. He knew in that instant they would take the image before him to the grave. Oh shit. What was left of the body sat in a sea of blood. Chunks of flesh, torn from the body, sat in the blood like tiny islands in a great red sea. Yes, Palma. A vast ragged hole had been torn in the torso. What remained of his intestines spilled out of it like fresh spaghetti. Smaller chunks of meat had splattered against the wall and become stuck there as they dried. Yeah, of course, Palma. Globules of yellowish fat had left trails like tiny slugs as gravity pulled them down the wall, even as they dried to it. Mom spaghetti. So that guy did die even though he had a fake... well, it seems like it. There's definitely a body here that's completely blown up. I don't know. Just like Ace said. Santa's voice was strained. Junpei suspected he was holding down some vomit of his own. Just like the ninth man. The dinner in his bracelet set off the bomb in his gut. Yeah, but the fake arm is a good point though. We should notice if there's anything special about it here. Maybe someone killed him by taking the arm away or something, and not letting him, I don't know, do something. Maybe they took the arm off and then... But also the Zero, he didn't notice that he's putting the bracelet on a fake arm? It's kind of weird. I don't know, something here smells. That's not the dead body. Looked as though the explosion had been quite powerful. His legs were both bent in an odd, unnatural way, and his left arm had split open, exposing a painfully white bone of his ulna. His bracelet lay next to him? Okay. So apparently he's not really dead. I guess, if his left arm exploded. This is really weird. It seemed to have hit the wall hard enough to have shattered the display, which lay on the ground in pieces. Half of his head had simply collapsed. The blood coating it almost made it look like raw pizza dough covered in tomato sauce. His clothes too were covered in blood. The burgundy tie, the white shirt, the jacket. Maybe he's playing us? Maybe he like took the ninth man's body? Did like ruined it even more and... The police said it doesn't explode. Yeah, I know, but it said the... How do you whisper? /W. Google. The burgundy tie, the white shirt, the jacket with the yellow piping, and the grey slacks. They were all familiar to Junpei.
No mistake about that. It's Snake.
Melissa's voice was unnaturally deep and strained, and Junpei heard it catch in her throat. No, but it's not him. We already know that. This is really weird. This is really weird. I don't get this. Zero's kinky like that? The squeal of tortured metal made Junpei's teeth curl. Sorry. It sounded like the noise a ghost would make. No matter how many times he heard it, he never got used to it. Every time it put him on edge. It didn't help that there was a girl nearby who looked far more like a ghost than a living human should. It was Clover. But she should be the first one to realize, well, maybe not the first one, I guess she's pretty traumatized, but she should realize that, like, stuff with the left arm, maybe she didn't even look at the body. Just like the others told her about it. She sat on the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly onto her chest. Her eyes were blank, and stared across the room at nothing. Her breathing was slow and mechanical. It's not her dad, it's her brother, supposedly. Maybe it is her dad. We don't know. Yeah, she's like 8 or something, but she says it's her brother. He looks too young to be her dad, I think. Aside from the rise and fall of her chest, she didn't move. Well, she's also Japanese, Wada. Junpei felt as if even a nudge might cause her to shatter into 1,000 pieces. Yeah, 16 anime years. Snake was probably murdered. Chances are he was killed the same way the ninth man was. Seven lowered his voice, likely in an effort to keep Clover from hearing what he had to say. So what you're saying is she's legal? Yeah, I guess. There were 4 other people in the room with Junpei and Seven. Ace, Santa, June, and Lotus. Seven looked at each one of them in turn and continued. It's pretty straightforward. Now they have to figure out how they did it. Could have been Ace that done it. We don't know. First, the girl. Oh no, but because it's not actually him. It's probably a decoy. I wish we had like it was an open world game where it could just like go anywhere. Because I go back to both the safe and to see the body and examine it. First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the right to open door 3. Then they shoved it into it, alone. And wait 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was over for Snake, but he didn't give up. Probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but he probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose. Fortunately, it didn't work. The detonators only deactivated if everybody who was authenticated when they went in used the dead. And survived in 81 seconds after he was shoved in. That happened. I see. So that's what you... Also the letters, the RL thing. Like someone had his gut explode like that shouldn't be able to stay alive at all. Not even to like write a bunch of letters or something. So that's what you meant by killers, huh? You need at least 3 people to open one of the number doors, including Snake. It won't open for Snake and a single killer. Exactly. That means we're looking at multiple perps here. Junpei crossed his arms and grunted. Well, just in case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed? Yeah, Raptor, on the wall there were letters written in blood saying L and R, or LLR, or RRL, I don't remember. But, like, what's up with that? A whole lot of unanswered questions that just don't make sense. Even if Snake is alive, even if Snake faked his death, even if someone else faked Snake's death, I don't know. R.L. Stein? What are you talking about? He ripped open his incision to write the bloody message before it exploded? I guess? Maybe? Yeah, LLR. You need to turn left, left, right. Maybe. Maybe it's Roman numerals. Is R a Roman numeral? I don't think so. I think L is. When we all split up to look for the parts for the Reds, I think. But after that was when we noticed he was gone. That means none of us have alibis. We were all off searching the rooms we'd been assigned, looking for those parts. Yeah. That means anybody could be a killer.
Wait a minute.
Are you certain there's no R? I remember there being LLR. Oh, no R in Roman numerals. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Jun seemed shocked.
How can you say one of us is a killer so casually?
Well, not just one of us. If I'm right, then at least 2 of us are murderers. Why don't you remain calm a bit, 7? What are you going to gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants, you know. What Zero wants? Exactly. This game was set up by Zero, wasn't it? Any game has a winner and a loser. Whoever makes it through door 9 is a winner, and those who don't are the losers. Zero was trying to make us fight against one another for that victory. Maybe it was Jun. Oh, that would be a great twist if Jun did it. I would actually love that. If Jun turned out to be a psycho killer. That would be awesome.
Then you're saying that Zero is trying to split us up by making us fight each other?
Yes. That is why we can't let ourselves fall prey to suspicion. Yeah, actually you're right, Moose. I'm pretty sure that that's what Zero said too, that they swallowed the bomb while they were unconscious. But trust one another and form a strong bond of friendship. Maybe it's an F-bomb. Otherwise we'll end up ensnared by Zero's manipulations. A lot of the good things about Killer Arm, but I've never actually seen it. Yeah, I actually wanted to stream it, Good Golf. I was thinking about streaming it at some point because it seemed fun. I don't remember why I didn't do it. Maybe because it's not for PC or something.
Then, does that mean that the person who killed Snake?
Yes, almost certainly Zero himself. What do you mean they'd pass it anyway? Maybe at some point, but there hasn't been enough time. Oh, GameCube and PS2, so that's why I didn't play it. Go back to the medical room, chugging laxatives, and fire out those bombs. Well, I'm pretty sure he just took away the laxatives. Zero. He's smart enough for that. And if there's anyone we should doubt, it should be Zero. He masterminded this game and kidnapped all of us. What if Zero is actually the hostage, and all the 8 people or 7, I don't know. I'll start doing this. Is this all in one day? It's 9 hours. Yeah, less than 9 hours. I'm not too innocent. I just keep, I don't know, whatever. Doesn't seem reasonable that he would have killed Snake as well. Junpei hadn't really considered that. If Zero had killed Snake, then Zero was on the ship with him. Was Zero still on the ship with him? I think he is, because he was also on the speaker system. So I guess it's possible. No, I'm positive that he's also on the ship. Sexual connotations, several of the terms that we were using on No. Yeah, I know. Was Zero on the ship? I think he was. I'm pretty sure he was, because he was on the speaker system, which I guess could be a recording, but didn't seem like it. It doesn't seem to make sense. And also, it doesn't seem like someone who set up this game would be so far away. It seems like he would rather have a hands-on control on it. So I'm gonna say, of course. Of course he was. That was obvious. Zero was somewhere on the ship, but Junpei had no idea where. Junpei mumbled to himself, lost in thought. Where could Zero be hiding? Suddenly, everyone went very quiet. The silence was cold and clammy, and Junpei could feel it crawling across his back and around his throat. Maybe Zero is one of the 9 people. He could even be number 9, when I think about it. If number 9 faked his death somehow because he's Zero and he can do it, and he just tossed a body in there. Very interesting. He also said he was the captain of the ship? Huh. Oh well. The sounds was cold and clammy, and Junpei could feel it crawling across his back and around his throat. Again he heard the ghosting, moaning noise. A moment later, a person who looked more like ghost than human appeared. It was Clover. She looked at the floor as she spoke, and her voice was a cold monotone.
I think Zero is one of us.
Every human body in the room froze. The only well, that's a weird sentence, but the only sound was the muffled rustling of breath. Eyes darted from face to face. One of those faces was the face of their jailer. But who? Junpei said. That's definitely possible, yeah. It's not crazy at all. Well, that's possible.
Huh?
Like Clover said, Zero might be one of us.
What are you saying, Jumpy?
Did you hear what Ace said? Exactly. He said we shouldn't suspect one another for no reason. No reason? I've got a great reason. And what's that? The bracelets. He held out his left arm. Why are there bombs in our bodies connected to the bracelets? You're all thinking Zero's hiding somewhere watching us, right? If he's doing that, then he could just detonate the bombs by remote control if someone did something they weren't supposed to. Nice moves. It would be a lot more precise and a lot easier. But, if that's the case, then why is the bomb set off by the detonator in the bracelet? Huh, you got a point. I'm not done. Try applying the same ideas to the non-airy game. All the puzzles here are run by themselves. In other words, Zero doesn't have to be controlling them for the game to move forward. Why's that? Why would Zero bother to do something like that? Junpei let the question hang in the air and looked at the others. It was Santa who answered. So let's say you and Clover are right. Zero's one of us. If that's the case, then it'd be really hard for him to keep track of all of us or control anything remotely. That's why all the puzzles run by themselves. That's what you're getting at, right? Yeah. Junpei nodded. 7. When we were talking earlier, you said any one of us could be Snake's killer, right? Yeah, something like that. Alright then, I've got a question for you, Ace. You said something like Zero must be the one who killed Snake, right? Yes, something like that. Can't think of any other explanation. So what do we get if we combine those? They fit together pretty well, I think. Something like this. Whoever killed Snake is Zero, who is also one of us. 7 and Ace's theories aren't mutually exclusive. They actually complement each other pretty well. As they do if Zero is one of us. No one spoke. Exactly, Gohar. Their faces were grim, but Junpei wasn't sure if they believed him or not. Finally, Lotus spoke up.
What were his motives?
His motives?
Yes. Isn't that pretty important? Why would Zero want to hide as one of us?
Oh. Well, that's because, Junpei choked. He hadn't thought of that, and he had to be honest with himself. He had no idea. I don't know. Lotus sighed.
Well, so much for making a persuasive argument, Junpei.
In other words, he had only circumstantial evidence. I don't really think that's enough to go on, you know. Junpei was painfully aware of their eyes on him, and their disapproval. He tried to find something else, anything else, to look at. Just when he felt he could bear it no longer. Oh, you know what bong it is. There the bell began to ring. It was the clock of the central staircase. 3 bong. 3 in the morning.
Well, that means we have 3 hours left.
Then we need to move. Now. 7, Clover, Junpei. I know how you feel, but you do understand that, right now, it's important we trust one another, don't you? Junpei couldn't bring himself to respond. He swallowed the words and what he wanted to say and sighed. 7 and Clover remained similarly silent. Their eyes were looking at something somewhere else, very far away. We must go. We have very little time left. As his words put their feet to moving. They all knew where they were going. Their next destination was Mercury. Why not Earth? But okay. It sat bolted to the wall near the stairs that led to the casino and the kitchen, between the 2 elevators. The Mercury card reader. Junpei stood in front of it with a Mercury key card. 7 had given him the card. Found it when we were checking out the shower room. At least that's what he said. Oh, I guess it's a different elevator. Junpei slid the card through the reader. Light on the reader turned green and made a tiny electronic noise. Now they were ready. Junpei and June had been chosen as the investigators. The reasoning behind it, they had been to Edict before, and no one else had. As before, Junpei sent the elevator ahead to make sure the floor they were heading to wasn't flooded. As before, the elevator returned as dry as when it had left. Once it had been checked for water, Junpei and June stepped into the elevator. There were only 2 floor buttons they could push, the C and bottom buttons. The rest were destroyed or did nothing when pushed. Junpei hit the bottom button. The door closed. Hold on, need a drink of water. Man, my throat is really killing me. Slowly they began to move downward. Bullshit, my dumbass neighbors were trying to back out of their driveway and I only squealed their trousers for 5 minutes. It almost hit someone. Well, report them as something moose, I don't know. Do something. If you see something, say something, or do something. Sometime later, Junpei and June stepped off the elevator and onto the bottom deck. They stepped off and saw the hallway to their right and somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. The hallway in front of them was a dead end. But not a regular dead end.
This is a number door.
Sorry.
This is a number door.
This is the 8th one we found. There were 2 numbered doors on B deck, near the central staircase. They were doors 4 and 5. Well, who's saying there's only 9 doors? Could be more. With just the same numbers. There were 3 more numbered doors in the large hospital room. Doors 3, 7, and 8. Junpei and June found another door on E deck, and Lotus and Santa found a 7th on A deck. There was a 6 on the door on E deck, and a 1 on the door on A deck. 4, 5, 3, 7, 8, 6, 1. And now our door 2 stood in front of Junpei. There was only one thing it meant.
Do you think the next door we find?
Yeah, I think so. The next one's gonna be door 9. Despite himself, Junpei felt excited. There was something about that excitement that frightened him as well. He did his best to put it from his mind and headed back to C deck with June. Alright, let's open these up. The pieces of paper they'd folded up laid on the ground next to Junpei's legs. There were 7 of them, all told. They were written on paper pulled from Junpei's notebook, and each one bore a code name and a door. Why had they decided to vote that way? They decided it wasn't fair to simply ask everyone at once. That would allow people to force others to go through certain doors. Well, that wasn't the only reason. Junpei had proposed the voting system, and he had a plan. Wasn't a plan he wanted anyone catching wind of, however, so he did his best to act calm as he began to open and read the pieces of paper. The first one read, Ace requested door 1. Yes, I do. Would you like me to explain why? No, it's okay, dude. No, we don't have time for that, sorry. Let's keep going. He opened the second one. Next to Santa. He wants door 6. Yeah, that's what I wrote. Junpei continued with the 3rd, 4th, and 5th pieces of paper. Clover wants 1, Lotus wants 2, and 7 also wants 2.
Eh? Wait a minute! There's no way I'm going anywhere with the Elephant Man.
No. There'd be no point to the voting if we let people change their choices because of stuff like that.
But
just give it up, Lotus. Junpei is savage as fuck. Oh yeah. Smart like a fox. Just give it up, Lotus. It's not like I want to hang out with some exhibitionist grandma.
I'm not an exhibitionist! I'm wearing clothes.
Barely.
So? Last I checked, that's not a crime.
Maybe, but what about common decency? Nobody wants to have to look at a chick who looks like a half-naked raisin. Oh snap! Wow.
I'm gonna kill you!
Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, she jumped on it. I thought the floor fell apart or something. Lotus's hair flared like a mane of an angry lion as she roared with a voice that shook the walls. With some difficulty, Ace managed to restrain her. Junpei. 7 confirmed savage, yeah. Know that. Read the rest. Right. Junpei tore his eyes away and looked down at the 6th piece of paper. He opened it. June wants door 6.
Yes. I don't really have a reason. I just felt like it.
All of the papers, save Junpei's, had been read. He did some quick calculations in his head. People who requested door 1 are Ace and Clover. This was the door on A deck near the central staircase. People who requested door 2 are 7 and Lotus. This was the door on the bottom deck, and it could be reached by taking the elevator to the bottom of the ship. People who requested door 6 are Santa and June. This was the door on E deck and could be reached by taking the elevator near the central staircase down. It took him less than a second to run the numbers. He opened the 7th piece of paper and spoke. Okay, the last one is mine. I want to go through. Well, we gotta choose now. I'm gonna do a quick. Hold on. I'll do a straw poll for this. Should have guessed actually. I've done it before, but okay. 1, 2, 6. Okay, let's do this quickly, guys. Let's see where we end up. You two, Jodmund, and if there's anyone else in Twitch. Safety before choosing. Yeah, I'm doing that. Doing that right now. Save state on slot number 2. Awesome. Regular endgame. Yeah, might as well. Got time. Oh, I can't. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, saving in game 2. Will give me a bit of time. No, I do not want to quit. It'll give me a bit of time before. Wait, what? I want. Oh, I can't go. Oh, I didn't know there's a log. I didn't know that. Wait, how do I exit it? Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see what's going on with the straw poll. Did everybody vote? We got wow, 5 votes for 5. All in all, 7 votes. That's 5 for door 6, 2 for door 2, and 0 votes for door 1. Really, I would have liked door number 1, but okay. I found out about the log feature like the last room I played playthrough. In the last playthrough I did too. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Anyway, I'm gonna seal that everybody voted. That we only got 7 total votes. And anyway, I don't think even if another person or 2 will vote, it doesn't matter if door 6 is way in the lead. So door 6 it is. Oh, what's your one shit here? I know. Shut up, Raptor. I want to go through door 6. Actually, it's also the 2 people I haven't been with yet. I think, right? No, we haven't been with Ace either, but we also haven't been with June and Santa. Junpei flipped open the piece of paper. It read, Junpei, door 6. Of course it did. He'd written it after all. That's a problem. June spoke barely above a whisper, but they all knew what she'd said. None of these teams will be able to go through the doors they want. Clover and I choose door 1. Lotus and I choose door 2. That's not enough people to open a number door, however. Digital roots don't match up either. We've got a similar problems. Junpei and I want to go through door 6. Our digital route is 5. If we're gonna open that door, we need to 1 while we can take Ace with us, and then it'll be everyone I haven't been with yet. The game. That'll be interesting.
Then, what are we going to do now?
What are we going to do? Junpei crossed his arms and did his best to put his thoughts in order. The others followed suit, but with little result. Eventually, Clover broke the silence.
Why don't Seven and Lotus go through door 1? With me!
Her face was cold and flat, as was her voice, but her logic was sound. 7 and Lotus looked at each other. 7, 8, and 14 or 19. 1, 1, 1. Okay. The first problem resolved. Ace spoke up. What about me?
Isn't that obvious? Wasn't one of the teams just complaining that they didn't have a wand?
You mean I should join Santa's team? Well, it's more like Junpei's team, but whatever, dude. Clover nodded, her face still cold and emotionless. The voice didn't say, well, it's pretty flat. It's as flat as she can get, Go Golf. That's the flattest she got. So, her attitude and posture could not have been more different than the energetic girl of only a few hours before. No one seemed ready to contradict her. Her response was understandable, given the horrible situation in which she had found herself. But even so... Yeah, exactly, it was flatter than before. Exactly what Raptor said. I understand. I'll go through door 6 then. If we do as Clover has suggested, we can all pass through the number door. No one will be left behind. This seems to be the most reasonable solution. Yeah, it's 6. 7, Lotus, what do you guys think? I don't have a problem with it.
Me either.
Alright then, we're good to go. At last, Junpei and the other 6 had managed to separate themselves into 2 teams. 6 oh yeah, some innate an eighth guy has voted. So just all the more reason to go to 6, I guess. By 6 people. Coincidence? I think not. Also, 666 is 999 upside down. That's true. That country. Oh, I bet this goes all the way to the top, that country. All the way to the top. Like, Snowfax knows about this, I bet. And managed to separate the two teams. Clover 7 and Lotus had headed to A deck, where door 1 was, near the main staircase. Junpei, Jun, and Ace, and Santa, however, took the elevator to E deck. The 8th person was Obama. The right to E deck was a silent one. Alright, let's go. Santa's word jolted them into action, and they stepped out of the elevator into a long, straight hallway. Before long, they arrived in front of door 6. One by one, they put their palms over the red. With a soft electronic noise, it authenticated each of them. Here we go. The door opened, and all at once, the 4 of them leapt through it. Fortunately, the dead was located easily enough. This one had been placed quite close to the door they'd entered through. They gathered around it quickly and hurriedly placed their palms on it for authentication one by one. Okay, nobody dead here. It's all good. It stopped. Yes, it stopped. The countdown has ceased, but Junpei's heart was still pounding in his chest like a frantic, thunderous drum. It felt as though it might shake itself up and out of his throat. He'd been through the doors 3 times before, but repetition had not dulled the experience. He was not anxious to find it dulled, however. He hoped to be free of the ridiculous game long before that happened. Alright, let's go. With that attempt at good humor, Junpei took a deep breath and began to walk. He jogged down the stairs at the end of the hallway and found himself staring at a large door. It was a heavy thing made of iron and more than a little threatening. He took hold of the bar that served as its doorknob and shoved it down. The room beyond stopped him in his tracks. It was a gargantuan and made entirely of metal. None of the accents of wood or tile he'd seen in the rest of the ship. This room was purely functional and utterly tremendous. Whoa, what the hell is this? Santa got out a few words before awe stole the rest of them. The rest were too stunned to offer anything more than gasps. It was easily the largest room they'd seen, and yet it was somehow closed and oppressive. The ceiling was at least 2 stories high, if not significantly more. It was easily several hundred feet across and appeared to stretch the entire width of the ship. At the center of the gargantuan room stood a massive, rounded building. Even from a distance, the sheer bulk of it was oppressive. Junpei could feel the room, the building, even the air pressing down on him. Junpei and the others were standing on a scaffold that feel when a room is oppressive, yeah. Go tell Tumblr. Standing on a scaffolding that crisscrossed the whole area. The proper term was catwalk, Junpei thought, although that didn't seem particularly important. So why did I read it just now? Alright, let's head downstairs. Nearby was a long iron staircase that made its way, eventually, to the floor beneath them. Sorry. They moved around toward the opposite side of the massive building, following the catwalk. Exactly what? They hadn't said much as they walked, but as they approached the building, Ace suddenly spoke up. This looks to be the steam engine room. The steam engine room? Yes. The thing that looks like a cross-section of the mushroom is the boiler. Do you see the 3 round doors near the bottom? Coal is put into those and burned, which heats the water, producing steam. The same thing that drives the steam engine. This one is simply somewhat larger. I see. Even if Ace was right, the boiler was boiling nothing as they approached it. The entire room was silent as the grave. Suddenly, Junpei heard a noise behind him. He turned just in time to see June collapse to her knees. Hey, what's wrong? Are you alright? He dashed toward her and wrapped his arm around her shoulders to steady her. It was then he noticed. You're really warm. Is your fever coming back?
Yes, it probably is. But I'm fine. Please don't worry about me. I just need to rest and I'll be fine.
Yes, it is, Moose. Her voice was weak and forced, and it did a great deal more than her words did. I find this game way more scarier than most of the horror games today. Yeah, because most horror games are just like, they just startle you. But this game is much more psychological, so it's way cooler. I agree with you, Jode. Junpei carried her to the nearest wall and propped her up against it. She let her head fall back against the wall, and as if she no longer had the strength to support it, and drew a ragged breath. Her eyes were empty, as if she was having trouble focusing them, and even speaking seemed difficult for her. Junpei felt his hand balled itself into a fist, and clenched tight, his knuckles widening. He had to find a way out, and quickly. He turned and looked at Ace and Santa and turned. Oh fuck, I can't believe I actually did that. I cannot believe I did that. The mouse just moved. Like I accidentally hit the mouse and then I clicked. So the dialogue could keep going, and it was on the X, and I just closed the window for some fucking... I cannot believe that happened. Whatever. Whatever, dude. Well, we saved right at the... Oh my god. Okay. That was a total coincidence, and it landed right on the X too. It landed right on the X. What did we learn? To save more, I guess. Like it could have just like tapped out or something, but no. Okay, well, I'm gonna get a drink of water. We did door 6. Okay. I'm gonna drink some water for now. Give me a second. I was right at the end of the playthrough and I haven't saved at all. Yeah, because this game doesn't make you want to save. Except it doesn't feel like there's any like real danger of you dying or anything. So you gotta save. It's just the doors. So yeah, well, I fucked up. No excuses there. Yeah. Well, we're not too far up ahead. There's just all this fucking dialogue. Nice weather today. Yesterday I went to see... It's not that I've been fast forwarding half of it either. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay, you go get some food, Moose. I'm gonna tell you guys, well, last night I saw The Revenant, DiCaprio's new movie, and I gotta say, I didn't like it. I know it's like nominated for a whole bunch of Oscars, and it's Iñárritu and all that. Just sat through it. That's what I'm... It doesn't work with this one. I don't think there's a frame. I don't know. I don't think there's a way to speed. Oh, turbo. There we go. Enable turbo. N. It's with N. no, it's not. I don't know how to do this. Have I seen Barry Lyndon? Yeah, and I liked it. Yeah, exactly, Wada. It didn't work on this Yume or whatever. Only on no GBA, and it works perfectly on no GBA. Yeah, well, it's pretty close too. Like she's gonna yeah, Barry Lyndon is great. Well, it's fucking what's his name? Forgot his name right now, but you know what I'm talking about, like Space Odyssey and all that. And yeah, he's amazing. So obviously, it's gonna be a great movie. Like even his worst movies are better than like most movies. And all the shoot it with natural lighting only gimmick. Really, it was shot with only natural lighting? Well, that's actually impressive. But yeah, Barry Lyndon did before. Kubrick, thank you. Barry Lyndon did before. I didn't hear the only one thing that I didn't hear about The Revenant is that it was shot with only natural lighting. Are you positive about that? Anyway, I thought it was just like survival porn. It was ridiculous at some. It was funny at some points because stuff kept happening to him. It was like on South Park, the one episode where like Chef dies and like he keeps getting mauled, but by everything, like everything just happens to him. That was the movie basically. Was that and like Bear Grylls the movie? Just like you're stuck in the worst situation, you're fucked completely. Let's see how you survive, and the most unrealistic senses ever. Really? Huh, I should check that out. Yep, that's true, Wada. There are some good things about it. Well, it's shot well, because it's Lubetsky, even though it's shot... I felt it was very technical. It was shot in a very technical way, not very emotional. But it's still shot very well. And DiCaprio deserves an Oscar. And maybe even Tom Hardy deserves an Oscar. I'm not sure if it's for that role, but Tom Hardy's definitely an Oscar-worthy actor. We shot the film using natural lighting. Oh, cool. Well, that sounds like one of the pretentious things Inuyutu might do. But again, it doesn't matter, you know. In the end, it doesn't matter. It's like what haven't seen it yet, but that's really impressive. It is impressive. There's also a ton of like horror stories from the production. It was supposedly horrible, and DiCaprio went through like tons of real shit. He was really freezing to death and all that. Okay, we're almost at the spot. But it doesn't matter, you know. Like during the movie, I try not to think about that, about how horrible it was. I'm thinking about the movie, and like the story was pretty bad, I think. And eventually, it just felt like murder, like survival porn, like taking him as far, like to preposterous like levels of being fucked, just so they could take him out. And just the I don't know, the story wasn't good. It was way too long, like at least an hour too long. No. You should just watch it. I don't know, for the effect. It was like an effect film. It felt kind of like watching Gravity. I think we're here. Hold on, I'm gonna save. It's gonna be one of the prettiest movies I've seen. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Kubrick had emotion. Kubrick understood emotion, and Lubetsky doesn't, to my opinion. He's purely technical. Even used the mnemonic. Yeah, that's true. And he had like he worked with NASA on his lenses or something. He bought his lenses from NASA or something like that. It's amazing. And it's also a much earlier period piece. Yeah, it's still impressive though. The shooting is definitely Oscar worthy, possibly, quite possibly, but still. Okay, back to the game. He turned, looked at Ace and Santa in turn. They might not have shared the depth of his emotion, but they certainly shared his concern. He didn't need words to express the urgency of this situation. Alright, let's get started. Hang in there, June. We're gonna get you out of here real soon. She managed a small nod before leaning back to rest her head on the wall. I must seek a way out. Could be bats. Could be, that sounds like it. Well, Kurosawa is also a master. Again, someone who understands emotion and understands story. and like how lighting and shooting can serve the story. Okay, let's start looking around here. I say this is probably to move the coal from place to place. Probably comes from over there. And then the belt carries it down the tunnel and out here. So if the conveyor belt was moving, yes, the coal would almost certainly come out here. Okay. What's this? Look at that button. It's glowing orange, right? That's gotta mean something. I guess pressing it is the best way to find out if it does anything, Santa. Nothing. What do you mean by that, Wada? You like the mirror? Let's see. It's a square. Oh. Nothing in here. Oh, look at the back wall there. I can see 3 small slots. Tremolos for some sort of connector, perhaps? You mean you think we're supposed to plug something in here? Perhaps. Square hole on the side of the tunnel. There are 3 slots here that look like connection terminals for something. The Mirror, a movie? Which movie is that? The Reflection? I don't know that movie. You're showing double top screen? Are you sure? Hold on. Oh, that's true, I am! Oh, okay, yeah, okay, I get it now. It does that sometimes, I don't know why. Hold on. Just give me a second. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, guys. No, this is not the one I want. Okay. This is what I want, just give me a second. First of all. Disable mouse. Okay, 427 on 322. 427 on 322. There we go. Okay, we're back in business now. Thanks for letting me know, guys. Okay. There's a Tarkovsky movie called The Mirror. Yes, I haven't seen it yet, though. Okay, I think that's it for now. A tunnel. It goes all the way across the ship. There's like 15 movies called The Mirror. Okay. What's over here? So this is where you put coal into the furnace? That's right. I looked at it earlier, but it's rusted shut, I'm afraid. Perhaps you should check the other side. I guess. Huh. Huge bronze gear. This has to be important. This gear is rusty, but it looks like it's still pretty sturdy. Okay, what's over there? A small door on the side of the tunnel. It's welded shut and won't open. This is a huge oven for the boiler. For this boiler. There are 3 open areas in it. Each of the open areas has a gear in it. Yeah, there's this one too. It's rusty, but it looks like it's still pretty sturdy. Golden gear. Doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it was always golden like this. Well then, I imagine it was prepared especially for this game. Video game? Looks like there's a door over there. This tunnel. The belt over there must deliver the coal, which is then picked up and thrown into this door. The door appears to be welded shut, however. Okay. Conveyor belt runs into a sort of arch tunnel. Okay. Nothing here, I guess. What about that one? Ooh, silver gear. Wonder if we'll find a metal gear. A weapon to surpass metal gear. Yeah, the golden gear. Do you think it's made of pure silver? No way. Silver's way too soft to use for a gear. It's gotta be steel or iron gear that's been coated with silver. Shouldn't have called it a silver gear then. Shouldn't have got your hopes up. Were you thinking you'd haul this thing back? Nah, but I think 7 could probably carry it, don't you? Shut up. Conveyor belt run to this sort of arch tunnel. No door there, though. This gear is rusty, but it looks like it's still pretty sturdy. Same with the others. Okay. It's got a bunch of gears. So you can go in there.
Look, Ace! Some kind of snowman's secret meeting.
Those are just bags full of sand. Use them as counterweight when you're lifting something with a pulley system.
Man, you're too serious.
There are a number of cloth bags over here. There's nothing but sand in them. How about this?
There's a pair of wooden boxes here. There's nothing in them.
Pair of boxes, I guess I can't use that for now. There was a pillar like this on the other side.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, thanks, Snake. Up here. What's up here? What is this? Given its placement, this must unlock the door to the left.
There's a weird indentation at the top of this thing. You think that means you have to insert something here?
Yes, I would imagine so. There's a thick iron door blocking our way. I think this is... Yes, looks like the exit.
Looks like this door slides up into the ceiling.
Okay. And we can't advance the handrail. This thing unlocks the door. There's a depression here that looks like the outline of 3 circles laid on top of each other. A triangle. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so that's the end of this here. Let's go to the left. Oh! That kind of looks like the slots in that square thing. I believe this opening is for fueling the furnace. If we were to put some coal in here and ignite it, then the steam engine might start working? It's certainly possible. Okay. This is the bottom of the massive boiler. Okay. Nothing in there for now. Oh, more gears. Here's golden gear. I have a feeling it's important. It's probably rusty. Is this a bronze gear? Yeah, bronze gear. A huge one has to be important. I'm guessing that door is also welded shut. And a silver gear. So I got a bunch of silver gears. This is really weird. There are a number of these little windows along the side of this thing.
I think you're supposed to put coal in through these, but they're welded shut. I don't think we can even get these open.
Okay. Well then, better start thinking. That was glowing orange. Nothing happens when I press it. Well, this is definitely more tricky. What's that? Stairs stretch from the catwalk to the boiler. This is definitely more tricky than the other rooms. Because I don't have any items. Okay. Seems like I need... Wait. What about these stairs? Oh, okay. That's interesting. The 3 sliders on the left are down, but this one is up. There are a number of lines engraved in these. I suspect we were meant to do something rather specific with them.
Junpei, why didn't you move that slider down?
Well, there's no harm in trying, I suppose. Nothing, huh? Nothing happened. Maybe it needs to be prepared somehow.
You're saying if we did something somewhere else, it'd respawn somehow?
Yes, I suppose that's one way of putting it. Huh. Sliders down. I guess Ace feels giving it a try. Nothing. Won't move at all. Okay. Never mind then, we gotta prep something somehow. Door we came through when we entered the steam engine room. One of the doors on the furnace. There's an A on it. There's a circular wheel in the center of the door. Alright, let's give that sucker a twist. Well, it's noisy, but it opens. And it's totally pitch black in there. We should, go in there. Alright. Let's go. This looks just like the door we went into. Where are we? We must be on the other side, yes. Which would put us directly above the conveyor belt. At any rate, we should keep moving. There's a great deal we've yet to investigate. Okay. That's one C and this one's B. I want to go back first and make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Because this is the same. Bunch of stuff in our way. Hey Junpei, where are you going? Yeah, I think that there is a closed number door. Kind of pointless to go back, huh? Yeah, it sure is. C door, one of the doors of the furnace. There's a B on it. But I don't want to open it, I guess. And the C door. Yep. There's a catwalk over there. Yeah, if by catwalk you mean narrow strip of metal. Junpei, are you brave enough to cross that? If you were to fall, you do realize that broken bones would be the least of your problems. Okay, I guess I won't go there. I think that's part of the ship's structure. They're like ribs that support the hull. Okay, I guess we're done here. Let's keep going. Okay, oh, so that one's open. I'm confused now. I'm at the C door over here. Wooden box hanging beneath the catwalk. Okay. Looks like there's something in the box. Looks like a hand-operated winch, but doesn't look like there's any way to operate it. That means the wheel isn't attached. Okay, so we gotta find the wheel. Okie doke. Let's go back through the C door. Now let's check out the B door. What's over here? Oh, there we go. Well, let's give this wheel a spin. What? That's weird. I don't feel any resistance. Gah! Ah, shit. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Good job, genius. You broke it. I didn't break it. It broke all by itself. It's okay. It's exactly what we needed. Like some stuff is gonna work. Channel it back down size boxes, whatever. You have an excellent memory. Use that to draw a map inside your head. That way you won't get lost. Whatever, dude. Well, doors to the furnace, there's an A on it, whatever. Let's go back, I guess. Trying the SSH and stream page open. If you say so, Moose. Okay, where we? I think it was in door C. Less interesting areas of the game. I don't know, I like that it's something bigger. More than just a tiny room with a puzzle that you realize instantly. There's no wheel to turn. Oh yeah. Look at the wheel pulled off the other witch, don't I? Let's see if it fits. Of course it does. It's a perfect fit, like they were made for each other. Not shaky at all. Good, I should be able to turn this now. Good work, Junpei. Should be able to haul up the wooden box now. You see, the wooden box? It's under the catwalk. Can you see it? Yes, I saw it. It's hanging from the rope of the winch, isn't it? Looks like there's some sort of device in the box. I'm not sure what it is. At any rate, you might as well turn that wheel now. Oh, thanks for your permission. I'm counting on you. Alright, I'll turn the wheel. Huh, what's this? What happened? This wheel only turns to the left. Only turns to the left? That means we can't reel up that rope. Yeah. We can only let the rope down. Okay, so we'll find it downwards. Interesting. Don't think there will be a problem. We'll simply need to go downstairs after letting the wooden box down. I'll be counting on you, Junpei. Dude, it's turning a wheel. You don't need to count on me. It's okay. Sure thing, no sweat. Okay, so it's down. I believe the box has reached the floor. Yeah. Gee, thanks. Stuck his head out over the side of the catwalk and looked down. The box that had only recently hung just below the catwalk now sat on the floor. It had come to rest near the end of the tunnel that covered the conveyor belt, near where June had collapsed. Junpei could still see her, still leaning against the wall as if she barely has the strength to sit up. Even from so far away, it was not difficult to see that she had not improved. He almost thought he could see the heat rising from her body. She doesn't seem to be improving. His expression was inscrutable, but he'd said what they had all been thinking. Well, of course, she's not gonna just get better right away, you know. It'll take time. He tried desperately to convince himself that what he'd said was true. What could be causing this, I wonder? Illness, perhaps. Nah, it's gotta be exhaustion. So the response was confident and certain. She gets dropped in some weird-ass shit, forced to play some messed-up game. If you think about it, it's all weird that we aren't thinking on just like her, you know? So you're saying we're abnormal? Yeah. We're just running around this room, solving all these puzzles like it's business as usual, as if we were a bunch of normies. How the hell can you call that normal? We're just guinea pigs. Santa snorted in disgust. A guinea pig? You mean like a lab rat? You mean we're being used for some sort of experiment? Is that what you're saying? No. But it does seem like a possibility, you know. With that, he turned and walked away from the winch. Junpei and Ace followed him. You know, speaking of experiments, Santa suddenly stopped. What was this experiment some scientists did with rats? First they took a square C-shaped tank and filled it with enough water that the rats could drown. The tank had two exits, A and B. Exit A is pitch black, so dark even a rat can't see anything. Exit B, however, is electrified, which means the rat can't leave through it. So what would the rat do if it was put in this situation? Which exit would the rat choose? This is a really retarded experiment for a bunch of reasons, but whatever. It was a moment of silence after Santa posed the question, then Ace responded. B, of course. The rat has no way of knowing that exit B is electrified. Exactly. The rat goes to B. Of course, like I said, it's electrified, which means the rat can't get out that way. So after a lot of trial and error, the rat finally finds exit A. I can't say that's very interesting or relevant. It's only the story of a laboratory experiment. You're right, it isn't very interesting. Yet. These scientists repeated this experiment over and over, using hundreds of different rats and over several generations. This produced some surprising results. With each generation of rats, they took less time to find the correct exit. Eventually, a rat was put in the tank who instantly chose A without even attempting to go to exit B. But even that was the most impressive thing. The same experiment was conducted in another laboratory far from the original one with the same results. No, on second thought the results weren't really the same. The rats in the second experiment began the trials with significantly faster times than the first rats in the initial experiment. These rats were not related to the rats used in the first experiment and had never even come in contact with them, and yet they all easily found their way to exit A, as though they already knew. What did it mean? You're suggesting something like telepathy. Kind of connects to what Lotus said earlier about wireless, about the brain being a monitor. There's something else that's giving it information, really. Schrodinger's rat. We were passing information to one another through some undetectable medium. Ace looked skeptical. Santa snorted at him. How the hell would I know? I'm not any kind of scientist. I don't know what made him do that. But I do know that the story's true, and if you've got another explanation, I'd sure love to hear it. Come on, let's get going. There's still a lot of here we haven't checked out. We gotta get the hell out of here before June passes out. Without waiting for a response, he turned around and started walking. Junpei, however, wasn't quite ready to leave the topic alone. Hey, wait. There's something I want to ask you. Santa stopped and turned around. Why did they use that tank for the experiment? Huh? Well, I mean, it seems like you could conduct the same experiment without the water. They could just have used the dry box, you know? If they needed to motivate the rest to escape, they could have, I don't know, put some bait by exit B or something. I mean, do they really have to make it so the rats can drown? Santa gave a grim bark of laugh. You know the word emergency comes from the same root as the word emerge. You ever think about that? Well, an emergency is something urgent, often something dangerous. And to emerge means means to sort of come out, or appear, or rise out of something else. So it's going to emerge in an emergency. Inspiration. Inspiration? Yeah. Think about it. When the chips are down, either you crack or your mind focuses. That pulls out what you need. So in an emergency, your real potential... Oh, so in an emergency, your real potential emerges? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. That's why the rats had to drown. They had to be in danger. There had to be an emergency for inspiration to emerge. Okay. That makes no sense, but sure. Junpei suddenly felt cold. The back of his head was aching and his stomach felt strange. Okay. Back to the game then. Okay, I need to go down here. Where's the way down? Oh, there we go. Boxer is full of glowing embers. Oh, is that what that was? Huh. Control panel for something. Well, I know where that probably goes in. Let me look at it, just to make sure. Yep, that's what I thought. Awesome. Maybe this hole is where the control panel goes. Well, there's only one way to find out. In you go. Dude, you did it! Everything looks alright. Okay, but what do we do now? Why don't you press the button next to it? The orange one? Yes. Alright, I'll do that. Pushing. Ooh. Sweet, all sorts of lights are turning up on this thing. And, oh yes, I think I heard something turn on. Oh? What's that? What happened? Junpei, look, the conveyor belt's moving. The conveyor belt? Well, I guess it's done moving now. Still a bunch of coal in the belt, though. Looks like a bunch of it got dumped off the end of the belt into that wooden box where we found the control panel. Coal. Coal, huh? Box filled with coal. Nice. So I need to toss that somewhere. Where was that place? There we go. Let's try this. There's a hole that let us put coal into the furnace. Maybe if we can get some coal in there and set it on fire. Okay, let's do it. Alright, that's the last of it. No coal left in the wooden box. And nothing. Great. Well, I guess I should have expected that. Why would just throwing coal into a cold furnace do anything? Oh well, a man can dream. Junpei, explain it to me again. You're planning to stoke the furnace with coal, which will heat the water stored up there and make a steam, which will then drive something else. Am I correct? In other words, you want to generate enough pressure with the steam to power the turbine and drive the steam engine, right? Yeah, I guess that's the gist of it. Huh. Well, in that case, this isn't enough coal. The furnace is enormous. We're gonna need a whole hell lot more of coal than this. Very well then, the three of us work together. Then we should manage to fill it much faster.
I want to help too.
Yeah, that's a red panda girl. Man, I totally didn't even see her walk up. Are you feeling up to that?
Yes.
Yeah, right. You look like you're one stiff breeze away from falling over, June. I think you'd better rest some more, alright?
But I...
No arguing. You need your rest. So just stay there. We'll handle this.
Okay. I understand.
Alright, time for some manly work. Let's get this coal into those furnaces. June is wifey material, definitely. It's obvious they're gonna be together, right? They're gonna marry or something, or be together in the sequel, I don't know. Man, this is a lot of work. Alright, I think this should be sufficient. Alright, now we just gotta light it. Junpei, hand me your matches. What makes you think I have matches? I see. How are we gonna light it? Perhaps there's a device nearby that will allow us to remotely ignite the coal. Let's take a look, shall we? Some sort of ignition device, huh? Well, that's it basically. I think it's been 3 hours. My throat is sore and exhausted, and I don't feel so well because I'm sick. So I think that's enough for me for now. I'm assuming next time we'll finish this run at least, if not the whole game. If you guys want, we can do the other runs too, which seems fun to me. So that's it. I think about my next stream, you guys should check the schedule. I might be tomorrow, I might not. I'm gonna know. It depends on work, and I'll know that better in a couple of hours. So you can check like in some more hours the schedule, and either on Twitch or on SafeStateHeroes.com, and I'll let you guys know. I'll update it sorry, accordingly. Hopefully I'll feel better, and I'll get to do better voice acting too. So thank you everybody for sticking with me, having fun with me, helping me have fun, and helping with this game. As always, I'd really appreciate it. It would really help me out if you guys could tell your friends about this, about me, or follow me on Twitch or Twitter or Steam or Twitch, or wait, no, or YouTube was what I wanted to say. So thanks a lot for that. I also found a new, I have on my Twitch page a new method to request games. So if you guys want me to play any games, just request there. And also you can vote on games that have been requested. So if you want to see it, you can vote for a game and then I'll stream it sooner rather than later. So you can do that too. I think that is it for now. I'd love to see you guys again next time. Just stay updated with the schedule. So thanks for apparently, I think if there's anyone else in Twitch, then thank you too. Thank you to Jodman from Twitch. Thank you for all the guys from SafeStateHeroes.com for sticking with me and helping me. And I think that's it for now. So hope to see you guys soon, and talk to you later. Bye bye guys, thanks. Marco.